Dick, I want to begin with events in the Middle East. We certainly don't have any crystal ball about what's going to happen there, but I guess first question is, do you see any possibility of a widening conflict?
I honestly don't think that that will happen. I think that too much is at stake. My main concern is that the appropriate responsibility will not be ascribed to the appropriate party for what began this whole conflagration. And when you have a terrorist organization that does an act of terrorism, they should bear the responsibility, and that should be the end of that discussion. And what this has revealed in communities all over the world is that there is a vibrant system of beliefs that is anti-Semitic and that doesn't have the ability to discern what a terrorist attack is versus a provoked response. And so my concern is that we are still seeing the dark underside of humanity with these kinds of protests. With regard to what Israel has to do to defend itself, I think we're watching that play out, and we don't know to what extent that will go to a full extreme. I think everyone is I would hope, expecting that the response will be significant and sufficient to inhibit or prohibit any further attacks by Hamas. But we went into World War II to stop the Nazis in Germany, not to stop Germans. And I think that there is a difference between the Palestinian community and Hamas, and that distinction, I hope, will emerge once these countermeasures have been engaged and carried out by the Israeli Defense Forces.
Well, just a quick follow-up. And to your point, assuming that there's a ground invasion and assuming that it's successful in some way in displacing Hamas, what comes next for governing Gaza? I mean, you'd have an ungovernable territory and nobody seems to want to assert responsibility for it.
Well, that's where you have to identify the Palestinian population as not being members of Hamas. And that's going to be a very difficult filtering kind of exercise. I don't know how in the world that can be done, to the fullest of extents. But again, I draw our attention back to what happened after Nazi Germany fell. The Nuremberg trials and all of the various things that happened with regard to dismantling the Nazi state in a smaller scale, maybe, but maybe at a deeper rooted level is going to have to be done with Hamas as well. And in doing that, separating Palestinians who want to take leadership positions in their community will have to be identified. And if that resource or if that skill set doesn't exist, that it will have to be trained and developed. And so I think it's not going to be a short-term and easy process. I think it's going to take time, and it's going to take a lot of people doing a lot of things to try and make this work.